All right, welcome, true believers. Another episode of the Freedom to Draw Unsolved Mysteries. Today we got a case out of Galeton, Pennsylvania. It's on the way to Wellsboro, Pennsylvania. It's up in the very northeast of Pennsylvania, way up almost towards New York and almost towards Canada. This man disappeared on Independence Day, July 3rd, 1988. And we're talking about Barry Douglas. He's been missing since 1988. We're going to draw him today and tell you his story. He's been missing a long time. He was 30 then when he went missing. He would be in his mid-60s now. Join me as we tell you Barry's story and we draw Barry. Alright, we're going to draw him. We're going to draw Barry. This is what he looked like back in the 80s. As another Independence Day nears, residents of Galeton area have been reminded of a mysterious occurrence on July 3rd, 1988. That's the day 31-year-old Barry Douglas was seen walking along Route 6 near his mobile home between Galeton and Gaines on a sweltering afternoon, and he was never heard from again. A news release issued by Pennsylvania Crime Stoppers last month seeking clues about Douglas's disappearance raised hope among family members that some new information had emerged. This newspaper article, by the way, is from 2017. However, a Crime Stoppers spokesman told investigators the release was just a shot in the dark. We haven't received any new tips, but we're hoping that by putting the investigation back in the public eye will attract some new attention, eventually gather some new information to help police get to the bottom of all this, said an investigator. The case had previously been handled by Pennsylvania State Police from the Mansfield Barracks, but investigators were never able to develop any real leads to help them determine why Douglas vanished after walking away from his home. Air pollution in the his home in Pine Creek Trailer Park. He left behind an unlocked trailer door, a car keys, and cigarettes. Now, if he was an avid smoker, which I'm guessing he was, he would have never left his cigarettes behind. That's something that stands out to me. Is that he left his cigarettes. The unlocked trailer, I can see that. It's the 80s. Could leave stuff unlocked in the 80s. In the car and the car keys. Maybe he just wanted to go for a walk. But he would have definitely taken his cigarettes. You need to... If you're a smoker, you need a cig, you know? That's a flag, a red flag to me. The radio was playing and a fan was on. Police determined that the only items missing were a rifle and his wallet. Douglas had been under treatment for schizophrenia. He may also have been suffering from amnesia. Barry's sister, Peggy Douglas Lapp, on Rowlett, told investigators that she suspects there was foul play. Barry obviously had some mental problems he was dealing with. It said he was stayed in a mental hospital for a month, the year before his disappearance. This wasn't the norm back in the 80s. People didn't just go to mental hospitals for no reason. So that's a bit concerning. He was always looking out for his family and friends and was generous to a fault. So we felt that maybe some people from town had taken advantage of him, but there was no proof, Lapp admitted. Our mother, the late Irene Rawson, always believed amnesia was a factor. She said a mother would know if her son were dead, and she never felt that about Barry. About a week before Douglas disappeared, a group of people from Galeton and had ransacked his trailer, according to Lap. Police spoke with the individuals believed to be involved in the incident, but they ruled them out as suspects. So he was having some problems with local people. This may have nothing to do with it. It may have everything to do with it. State police used both dogs and helicopters to search for Douglas in the rough. In the rough mountainous terrain about 2 miles outside of Galeton, trained searchers and volunteers joined in. Organized efforts were called off 2 days into the search, although friends and family continued to comb the area in search for Douglas. So that ransacking of his house is gets my ears perked up, you know. Somebody had a problem with this guy. And the choosing to have a gun, I don't know if he was walking with the gun in his wallet. If he was walking with the gun in his hands, that means he was concerned about something. Might have a lot to do with these people that ransacked his house, his trailer. Or it might have nothing to do with it. You don't know. But there was some kind of conflict there between the two groups. Him and these people that ransacked his home. I do not know how it escalated into them invading his home. Might have had some enemies here. Rumors ran rampant in the ensuing weeks, all of which took a toll on his family. My mother used to receive phone calls at all hours of the night from people claiming to be Barry or saying they knew where Barry was, Lapp recounted. Those calls tormented her, but she would never change her phone number because if she did, Barry would know how to get a hold of her. That's a good point. Imagine the torment that she had to put up with from these crazy people saying they knew where her son was. By the way, sometime in July, before this month's over, I know there's going to be new episodes of the Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix. So there's a plug for them. I'm going to be watching it. I don't remember the exact date, but it's before July's over. There's going to be new episodes. Definitely be watching them. Family members still hold out the hope that the case will be solved. I promised my mother before she died in 2002 that I would do everything I could to find out what happened to Barry. An emotional Penny Lapp said, "We're hoping someone will come forward so we can have some peace and closure. Time passes so quickly that we're afraid if nothing comes to light soon, we will never know what happened to him. Nobody deserves to be forgotten like that." And that's true statements as I ever heard them. That is the main purpose of this show. We don't want to forget these people. You can't forget these people. They have no other voice to help them, so. Got to do something. This is Barry Douglas, guys. Douglas, who would now be 60, and that was in 2017, so he's now in his almost late 60s, if he's still alive. He's approximately 5'6" with blue eyes. At the time of his disappearance, he had red hair and weighed about 200 pounds. Tips can be reported to the police Crime Stoppers at 1-800-472-8477. I'm guessing that he probably doesn't have red hair anymore. But this is what he looked like in the face. And here is the number, guys. 1-800-472-8477. If you know anything, you got to call that number. This is what he looked like back in 1988, guys. And here is a drawing of him by me. That does it, true believers. This concludes another episode of the Freedom to Draw Unsolved Mysteries. Join me next time. Till then, peace out, true believers.